Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video, I want to share my YouTube guide for business growth, which just shares my YouTube journey and gives some practical tips on how you can grow your own business through YouTube. So this is my YouTube journey. So I started publishing videos in October of 2023. When I started out, I had 0 views and 0 subscribers. And as you can see in the screenshot here on the right-hand side, this is kind of when I started publishing content. And even though there are some views and subscribers in here, I really started out with nothing. I had nothing on my channel, and I just started publishing videos. I didn't have any fancy equipment or software, and I just focused on simple web design tutorials, and I just wanted to share what I was learning in building websites and creating different deliverables for clients. So these are the results today. So if you fast forward to today, I have over 146,000 views. I average 16,000 views per month. I have over 750 subscribers. I have 3 active customers who found me through YouTube. And during this time, I also created an online course. And so I have 200 students who have enrolled in my online course. And then I also have over 200 email subscribers. You can see from here, when I started, it just starts to go up and up and up and up, and it's compounding over time. So I'm really happy with the results, and it's been really fun to see where the channel has gone from where when I started. So let me share a bit more about how it works. So the biggest thing with creating content and using YouTube to grow your business is you're trying to build trust with your customers. And long form video is the perfect way to build trust with those customers. And that's what YouTube is. It's a chance for you to create free content, video content, so you can build trust. And then through this customer journey, which is outlined here, there's this cycle that helps them become your customers. So it starts with free content, and that helps you get discovered. And then they become your leads, so that you can do this through lead magnets or sending them to your website. And then you just nurture those leads, and that can be through email marketing, or it can be through a discovery call, or there might be other touch points that you use to nurture those leads, and then they become your customers. And so the cycle then repeats itself, and as you keep publishing free content, then you get more leads, you nurture those leads, they become your customers, and the cycle continues. And it's all centered around trust, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so that's the whole goal, is to use YouTube as our engine to build trust and to generate more business. So let me give you a few content ideas to get started. So the number one thing that I always recommend is you want to answer your customers' top questions. So you just make a list of the 5 to 10 most common questions that you get asked, and you start answering those questions through your video content on YouTube. And it really can be that simple. Another thing I like to do is to share something that you've learned or create step-by-step tutorials. So that's what the majority of my content is on KDC Marketing. Another one you can do is free resources. So this would be something like a PDF or a template or a cheat sheet. I have some brand style guide templates that I've created that are really popular. And so you can also do video content about those resources that you're creating. And then the other one is you can offer these bite-sized webinars or mini trainings, which is what this type of video is, just training on this YouTube guide for business growth. So you can offer that type of content as well. So another important thing to remember with doing YouTube is you just have to start publishing. And if you never start, you won't go anywhere. So you just have to start, no matter how imperfect it is, and then get feedback as you go. And so I love this quote that's here on the right-hand side that says, "Feedback is the breakfast of champions," because that's true for YouTube as well. You can get feedback in a variety of ways. You can get feedback through your analytics. You can get feedback from the comments that people are leaving or the questions they're asking. And so as you start posting and as you start seeing what kind of content is resonating with your audience, then you're able to continue to optimize that content and create better content in the future. And you just have to start with what you have. So you can start with Zoom or Google Meet or Loom. I'm using QuickTime Player to record this video, which is the free software from Apple. And so I have a Mac laptop, and so that's what I'm using to record this video. But you don't have to invest in these expensive softwares or buy a super nice microphone or camera. Just start with where you are and start getting feedback. And that's because of the 80-20 rule over here. So 20% of your content is going to drive 80% of the results. And that's been the truth with my channel as well. 20% of the content gets the majority of the views, the subscribers, and drives the majority of the leads. But you don't know what the 20% is until you start publishing content. So you just have to start somewhere, and then you can get feedback as you go. Another thing to go along with this is consistency is key. It can take a bit of time to get into a routine, but you want to try to publish at least one video per week. You want to focus on providing value and not overthinking it. So something that I do is I try to do my videos all in one take with no editing and no scripting, because I don't have a lot of time, and so I just need something quick that's going to provide value, and that works really well for me. So don't overthink it. It's not going to be perfect. A lot of people worry about how they sound or how they look. You just got to get started, and eventually you'll kind of grow into your voice and into what your channel needs to be. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about simple thumbnails and titles as you get into YouTube. As you upload videos, these are things that can be really important. So my rule of thumb for these is just focus on clarity and simplicity. And I put two examples here of my thumbnails. You can see this one just has the platform, what the video is, and a screenshot from the video. This one down here has my face. So this one I'm trying to help build community a little bit more. But again, super simple. Big text, the platform, that's all I go for. And I avoid clickbait. You can test a few different thumbnails per video, but I always think that clarity and simplicity are the key. When I first started doing YouTube, I didn't design any thumbnails. I just let YouTube pick one, the auto-generated thumbnail. And I did that for a whole year and got a lot of views doing that. So you don't have to worry about this really. You just want to make sure your titles are clear and that you pick the best thumbnail option that you have. Okay, another thing that a lot of people don't know when they start on YouTube is saving time with upload defaults. So upload defaults are in your YouTube studio. You go to YouTube Studio and then settings. And what this does is it lets you set the default title, description, and visibility. So only you have to do that one time. So this is an example from my channel. I have in this video, and then these brackets here, I just have to fill this in. And then I have all my business links down here. I have links to my playlists, links to my website, links to my online course, and it goes through and just links everything. And so I don't have to do that every time. I only have to do that once. And then I just go in and put in this information here and the title, and then I do a few other things, and that's it. So this also can be really simple and save you a lot of time if you focus on the upload defaults and just kind of get that set from the beginning. The other thing that a lot of people don't know is that you can do YouTube posts and comments. So YouTube posts are a great way to engage with your audience. You can do polls, you can share additional details about a video, you can send people to a lead magnet, you can send them to your website, but they're a great way to grow your YouTube channel and get to know your audience better. So you can see this YouTube post that I did here. What content are you most interested in? I had a few votes, and that helped me to get feedback and then make better content. Again, going back to that feedback principle. The other thing you can do is you can add first comments to your videos. So this is one of my videos here, and I added a comment to one of my lead magnets, and then I pinned this comment to the top. You can see that it says pinned by KDC. So if you pin that to the top, it just makes it easy for people to find the resource that you're sending them to. And this is how YouTube starts to become a way to grow your business, kind of like an engine to grow your business, is you give away free content, but then you send them to a lead magnet or to your website for something more in depth. And so they slowly kind of go through that customer journey where they're just watching the content, and then they become leads and then customers. The other thing is with commenting, I do try to comment on or to reply to the comments that I get on videos. It's just a good way to keep your audience engaged. Okay, so another thing you can do to get more mileage out of your content is to repurpose your content. So one thing I really like to do is I like to take my YouTube videos and embed them in my blog posts and my email newsletters. And I also use my videos as the theme for the newsletter for that week. So you can see this as an example of one of my newsletters here. This was the video I created, and I made the newsletter content tied to that video. So I'm now using that video in my email. I got it in YouTube. I also can put it in blog posts. And so there's lots of ways you can repurpose that content. Some people like to do YouTube shorts or create shorter clips of their videos for Instagram reels and stories and things like that. Or you can even turn your videos into lead magnets. If you create a really great video, you could save that one for a lead magnet and then use other videos for the free ones on YouTube. So I like to use it as like a weekly and monthly theme for my other marketing that I have going on. And I try to repurpose the content as much as possible where it makes sense. So the next steps are just to start creating content and power through the first few videos. This is the hardest thing for anyone getting started on YouTube because people worry about how they look, they worry about how they sound, they worry about how they're going to be perceived online, they worry about that they're not going to have anything relevant to add to the conversation or that no one's going to care about what they're saying. But all those things aren't true, and everybody struggles with those things. I still struggle with those things, and I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, publishing 2 videos a week, and I still worry about those things from time to time. So you just have to power through those first few videos. They're the hardest ones, but some of the first videos that I did are some of my best performing videos. And even though the quality's not as good, they just kind of resonated with my audience. And so I do some content marketing consulting with different clients, and it's interesting because they have the same concerns. And then as soon as they do their first few videos, they kind of break through that barrier. They start getting more confidence, and they start getting a lot of ideas on other pieces of content they could make. So it's one of those things that in the process of doing, you generate ideas and you build confidence. So you just have to start recording videos, and it'll come with time. The other thing that I recommend is just brainstorm 5 to 10 customer questions, the top questions that you get, the most common questions that you get, and answer them via video. And again, just record using what you have on hand. You don't have to go out and invest in all this software and microphones and anything at the beginning. And then you just want to review the feedback each week or each month and iterate and make changes and optimize your content as you go forward. So if you want to learn more about YouTube, or if you want to work with someone one-on-one to do YouTube, I do help clients with content marketing consulting. And so if you want to do that, you can go to my website and book a discovery call today, and I can share more details about that. But I hope you found this video helpful. This is really the way that I've grown my business. Going back to this is really how it works, and it's very, very simple. The free content starts the process, and then it just goes around this cycle. And so anybody can do this with the right tools, with the right mindset of publishing valuable content every day. And really, it's all about educating your audience, connecting with your audience, resonating with your audience, and just sharing what you know, sharing something that would be valuable for them. It really is super simple, and a lot of people overcomplicate it. And so if you want to grow your business on YouTube, the best advice I can give you is to just start where you are and then get feedback as you go. Kind of going back to this slide here. This is really all it takes to start seeing some results on YouTube, and then the other ideas and information that you need will come with time. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want to download these slides, I'll put a link in the description so that you can download these slides if you want to review them. And if you want to learn more about how you can grow your own business on YouTube. So that's what I have for today's video, and I will see you in the next video.